The way corn, wheat, and rice get processed is almost like watching three very different actors prepare for their roles on stage. Each one takes on costumes, makeup, and sometimes even complete transformations before appearing in the final dish, and that's where the fun really begins. Corn, for instance, might be the most versatile performer of the group. Sometimes it shows up fresh and juicy on the cob, like a golden summer king, dripping with butter and looking proud. Other times it gets ground into flour and baked into tortillas or cornbread, humbly feeding millions. And then, of course, there's popcorn, the most dramatic costume change of all. Corn literally explodes into fluffy, crunchy little clouds that make movie nights complete. No other grain has the audacity to reinvent itself so spectacularly with just a little heat. It's as if corn is saying, "Stand back and watch me transform from humble kernel to global entertainer." Rice, on the other hand, has mastered the art of subtle transformation. When it's brown, it's the health guru, packed with fiber and nutrients, showing up like the grain that reads wellness blogs and practices yoga. When it's white, it's the polished minimalist, stripped down, sleek, and versatile, ready to slip into everything from sushi rolls to creamy puddings. But rice doesn't stop there. It gets puffed into breakfast cereals, ground into flour for noodles and mochi, and even brewed into sake, proving it has a hidden party side. Rice has this funny ability to be both serious and playful at the same time, like the friend who meditates in the morning but still shows up for karaoke at night. It may not pop like corn or rise like wheat, but its quiet adaptability keeps it indispensable. Then there's wheat, the true shapeshifter of the trio. Ground into flour, it becomes the backbone of breads, pastas, and pastries that define entire cuisines. But wheat doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It performs with dramatic flair. Imagine dough rising, stretching, puffing, and filling the kitchen with the smell of fresh bread. That's wheat showing off its gluten-fueled superpower. Wheat flour can be refined into silky white for delicate cakes or kept whole for hearty, rustic loaves. It can twirl into spaghetti, layer itself into croissants, or even flatten into pita. Wheat is the grain that loves attention, always dressing up in new forms and stealing the spotlight in bakeries, cafes, and family kitchens. If wheat were a person, it would be that friend who constantly changes hairstyles, but somehow looks good every single time. What's especially funny about these processing methods is how humans have turned them into traditions that feel sacred. People argue passionately about whether brown rice is healthier than white, whether tortillas should be made of corn or wheat, or whether bread is better rustic and chewy or soft and fluffy. Yet all these debates really just highlight how spoiled we are by the sheer number of choices these grains give us. Each processing method unlocks a new personality, making it almost impossible to get bored. Corn pops, rice polishes, wheat kneads, and together they create a kind of global theater where every dish is a performance and every meal feels like opening night. Even beyond the kitchen, the way these cereals are processed has shaped culture itself. Corn nixtamalization in Mesoamerica was more than a cooking trick. It was a nutritional revolution that unlocked vitamins and kept civilizations thriving. Wheat milling led to entire cities built around bakeries and markets, where bread became a daily symbol of life. Rice polishing transformed not just flavor but also economics, creating global trade networks that carried its grains across oceans. Each processing method wasn't just a culinary choice, but a piece of human history, proving that our creativity in the kitchen has always gone hand in hand with survival and joy. So, when you look at corn, rice, and wheat in their many process forms, what you really see is a comedy of transformations. They never show up the same way twice, always experimenting, always entertaining, and always making sure there's something delicious on the plate. It's as if they've agreed to take turns surprising us. Corn with its explosions, wheat with its dramatic rises, and rice with its quiet disguises. Together, they're not just grains, they're performers in humanity's longest-running food show, one that's still making audiences smile thousands of years after opening night.